Steelers Nation. Uh, Jeez. The Pittsburgh Steelers end up losing in heartbreaking fashion and do not get the North. We literally could have won this game if you take away the two turnovers that we had. Who knows? Especially that fumble by Russ. If he would have just slid there, what would this game look like? What would it look like? And this is the one thing that, and a lot of Steeler fans were saying this could be the start of a losing streak. Well, as of right now, you're correct. As of right now, you are spot on. Because we lost 2 weeks in a row. One versus the Eagles, which was expected. I don't think too many of us were expecting us to win there. But to come in and play like they did, it just goes to show like the injuries and stuff that pile up and the inconsistencies that with this team is what separates them from Super Bowl caliber. And I really do believe this team, still believe this team is different, and it gives me there's just something different about them. To me, it just the miscues. Like if you figure out these miscues, I'm not using the injury excuse here. I'm not. I'm not using that as an excuse because it's bullshit. You know you're the next man up. You've got to come out and make plays. And I'm not leaving out Terrell Austin in this. There's a reason why Cincinnati let him go, but we're stuck with him like for another 3 years. And the Steelers are too loyal to let go of anybody. I mean, fuck, look how long it took them to get rid of Matt Canada's ass. And this year, besides the rushing, which has been way better, has been a lot better, we made plays in this game of which we could have won. In ways that we could have won. We were getting guys involved at times, but then when it came down to it at the moment of truth, it's like no effort. Nothing. From coordinator to team, I I'm I just don't get it, man. Like you got AFC freaking shit, dude. It's so fucking. I mean, literally, AFC North. We lose this game, we're still in first, but I don't give a fuck about that. If we can't fucking win games, then I don't have any hope in the playoffs. And I'll also point this out right now. I was against bringing Deontay back, but I would love it if we bring him back. But the key thing here is, would they even get him involved in the passing attack, which they refuse to go to, and switch it up, keeping teams guessing? You want to know why we lost to Philadelphia? Because they knew exactly what the game plan was coming in. They knew exactly what we were going to do. I'm so sick of having the same conversation, whether it's when we got a good record or a bad record. I'm tired of having the same conversation. It doesn't need to be like this, but the way we play, well, we just play careless. For instance, in a game of where Henry was going down, I thought it was over at that point. I kept it in my mind that it was a possibility. Then Minkah Fitzpatrick finally gets an interception. I'm right back in it. I'm right back in this game. I was like, yeah, we can get this win. We can move down the field. It was only at that time 24-17. We score a touchdown, it's a tie game. But what does Russ do? What does he do? He throws a obvious interception to a corner that's just standing there pretty much covering or right by itself, and to Marlon Humphrey. Pick six. At that point, I was thinking, fuck it. The game's over. We find a way to lose it. Tomlin gives up. Everybody gave up. In fact, holy shit. We didn't even have a sack this game. That's how bad this defense played. Not just the defense, but the whole team. Russ was making his mistakes. He was trying to do too much on that run, which he got the first down. You're already in first and goal range. You slide down, you give it to Najee or somebody, we get in for a touchdown. Because that's how it was looking. Or give it to Warren. But instead, we get killed by penalties, stupid play calling decisions by our coordinator, which at this point has not been surprising. He's only benefited in runs. We did not... I don't even think... We didn't even get Muth involved. We didn't even get Muth involved, guys. We didn't get Muth involved. None of our tight ends. None of our tight ends, man. I'm... Unless it was just one of those games where I was so out of it. Pat had 16 yards. Pat Freiermuth had 16 yards. Cordero Patterson and Michael Pruitt. Yeah. The two former Atlanta players are the ones who got you your only 2 touchdowns in this game. This right here is exactly why we say the shit that we say as a fan base. Like, for instance, we think it's a different team, and you give us that hope, and then you play like this. In fact, how many yards did, in all honesty, did did Lamar have? He had 207 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. This is the first time since 2019 that he's beat us. And he made it look easy. Why? Because our defense didn't come to play, and they wanted to play like a bunch of bums that just got picked up on the side of a fucking sidewalk. Like guys who just got picked up from their couch. TJ didn't have an impact whatsoever. I mean, all honesty, he did not have an impact. And I love TJ. But he didn't have an impact whatsoever on a play where it was a screen pass to, I believe, Henry. Watt comes in. It looks like he's going to wrap up the tackle. Granted, I didn't watch the game. I watched it on podcast, which I'm still currently watching, but I have it muted. He missed the tackle, which rarely he ever does. If you want one thing out of Watt, he is great at shoestring tackle. Shit, I can't even speak. So, in that instance, I'm thinking, okay, this is more than likely going to turn ugly. And look at what happens. 34-17. or 17-34 if you put it in order the correct way. 17-34, we lose. Minkah Fitzpatrick's first interception, yeah, his first interception all year since, or in the past 2 years. I was sitting there like, man, thinking, we could get in this. We could get back in this. We're back in it, man. And then Russ just throws an interception. More than an interception, pick six. There's no need for that. And I'm sorry if I am animated right now, but I expect better out of this team. I expect way better out of this football team. There's no reason that you should be playing as dog shit as you did in this game. And I'm going to say it right now. While we could win on Christmas Day, I'm going to tell you right now we're not. We're not. We're not beating the Chiefs. I had hopes that we could bounce back, that this was just, a loss to the Eagles expected, but now we come along and lose to the freaking Ravens. Now we're going to be facing the Texans in the playoffs. And if we play like we did in this game on defense and running, and I'm sorry to say this, excuse my language, but if we keep on running fucking zone defense, which hasn't worked all year, which you could have ran man coverage versus this receiving room, it could have been a little bit better, possibly. But I guess we'll never know because Teryl Austin is too fucking stubborn to change the damn plays. He's too much turned on and getting a fucking hard-on for zone coverage. I'll tell you one thing that I won't hide from when it comes to being a Steelers fan is I'm not going to hide how the fuck I feel after every damn game. If I feel like we played good, I'll tell you that we played good. I will not change my attitude or anything when it comes to this team. This was absolute just a ass whooping out of nowhere. And it's the first time in years that we've lost to the Ravens like this. I mean, this was a pure ass whooping. I mean, you want to know how bad we lost? Or how bad it was? Hang on, let me find it. Kyle Van Noy had his first double-digit sack game in his career, if I'm not mistaken. What does that sum up? In fact, the Steelers, I don't even know if they'll show it. Probably not, but our brightest spot in this was Calvin Austin and Jaylen Warren on the ground at times. But yeah, we had 2 touchdowns this whole game as compared to the Ravens' 3. 3 touchdowns and a pick 6. Why can't our team be like that? Like, what is so difficult for them to understand how to do their assignments? Our one turnover in this game on defense was Minkah's interception, which ended up all around being in vain because of Russell Wilson throwing a stupid interception. Or no, scratch that. Pick 6. All this could have been avoided if And this is a game where it does fall on Russ. He played bad. He played bad. He was, and you know what? Scratch that. He was ass this game. Those turnovers, I get the yardage and stuff everybody wants to throw out. He played like dog shit in this game. At times. He made plays at times, but we didn't make enough plays. And we lose to a team we haven't lost to since 2022, I think. Was our last game we lost to them? 2022. Our last game that we lost to Lamar Jackson was 2019. I don't get it. I seriously don't get how this team works. I don't get it anymore, dude. It's abysmal. The way they played, abysmal. Arthur Smith, I'm calling him out on this bullshit right here. Why did you run a screenplay on 3rd and 12? A screenplay, yeah, because that's the first thing that pops into your stupid mind. And we're stuck with him for 2 more years. We're stuck with Teryl Austin for 3 more years. 3 or 4 more years, I think. We have no business playing this bad. Guess what? If you're a playoff team, you win games like this against the competition. That's the thing. That's the biggest difference that separates you from being good and great. And once again, I have us losing on Christmas Day. This was a horrible game by Russ. He threw an interception like the bat out of hell and could have been prevented. Could have been prevented. You go to team stats. Here's our team stats. We held the ball for 27 minutes. The Ravens, 32 minutes. We have 19 first downs. The Ravens, 25. Us, 315 yards. The Ravens, 418. Us, 198 passing yard. Actually, that was even on both sides. We had 5 penalties compared to the Ravens 2. And they're the most penalized offense in the whole league. 52 return yards and 16 for the Ravens, which that don't really mean much. 60 total plays compared to the Ravens 62. 5.3 yards per play, 6.7 for the Ravens. 2 total turnovers, 1 turnover, and that was a Minkah interception. And I want to personally right now apologize to Minkah Fitzpatrick. I want to apologize to him right now. Because he played like he's been up and down this year, but in this game, he played pretty bad in this game, but that interception and the knockout was literally all this team did. That's all they did. So yeah, I'm sorry if I had to move the camera, but my thing was going dead. And I have to hold it like this because the stupid thing's messed up. There we go. But yeah, we lose this game, man. And hopefully we can bounce back and get a win. At the end of the day, here we go, Steelers. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.